Hello, my name is Devon Martin, Vice President of Sales and Dealer Support for Signature Custom Cabinetry. 21 years ago, I co-founded Signature along with my brother, Kent Martin, who is currently our President and CEO. Over the past 2 decades, we've grown steadily as more and more consumers choose our product over competitive brands. I'd like to take just a couple minutes today and point out to you some of the features that distinguish us from our competitors and help you understand why Signature is the smart choice for you. There's 2 main types of cabinetry construction, framed and frameless. For today, I'm going to focus purely on framed construction. This is an example of a face frame, which is where the name framed construction comes from, and this is the backbone of the cabinet, which ends up getting attached to the cabinet box. I'd like to start by talking about the construction used to join the face frame together. We use what is called a blind mortise and tenon joint. There are other joints that could be used, but we believe this to be superior over other methods. You have a mortise and a tenon in these 2 pieces that are put together and create a very secure and stable joint. This joint is designed to last a lifetime without fracturing or breaking. Some of the other construction methods used rely on mechanical fasteners like screws that would be put in through the back of the frame to hold the joint secure. The downside of those types of joints is they often create stress or pressure inside the wood that could cause cracking in the future. Once our frames are assembled and we start to look at how the front frame itself is attached to the box, that is another area that makes us unique and different with our competitors. You will find that not only our cabinet sides, but also the tops and bottoms of our cabinet are dadoed in a groove, and they will become an integral part of the cabinet as it's put together. Just to contrast this, many other brands just use a butt joint that relies solely on glue as the fastener to hold it together. The tops and bottoms or sides will have a smooth joint that is then just laid flat against the face frame and glued to hold it in place. Again, as I put our cabinet or an example of our cabinet together, you will see the difference in this construction method. There's one other key element that I'd also like to point out in this construction method, and that is a French dovetail. The French dovetail is used to join the cabinet tops and bottoms to the sides. There are 2 parts. You have the female part of the dovetail in the cabinet side and the male part in the tops and bottoms that creates a union in the cabinet box itself. So you can see as these 2 parts are slid together, they already create stability and hold themselves together without glue or without any other mechanical fasteners. And I'll demonstrate that here as I put a cabinet together for you. Again, we inserted the one cabinet side. You will see as the top or the bottom of the cabinet gets put on, slides into the dovetail and interlocks into the face frame. And this is the case with each part as the cabinet goes together, creating a box that is very, very stable even prior to glue or clamping that will take place afterwards. You can see that these sides are held together again and create secure stability in the box, holding it secure. Just again to contrast this with other competitive brands, not only is there just a standard butt joint to the face frame, but there's just a simple dado that holds the tops and bottoms in place. And again, it relies on the glue itself to create the stability in the joint. The final piece of our cabinet is the way the back and hanger cleats are put together. The cabinet back also becomes an integral part of the box. and slides in a dado into the cabinet sides and interlocks with the top and bottom. The hanger plate, which is what holds your cabinet to the wall, is 3/4 of an inch thick, solid wood, and slides in to a dado on the sides as well, again becoming an integral part. So one more time, you can see that before any other methods of construction or glue or fasteners are added, you have a box that is stable and will hold together for a lifetime. These are all things that you cannot see from the outside of the cabinet. They're things that are difficult for you to distinguish, but are important as you choose a cabinet for you and your project. Some of the things that you can tell from the outside I'd also like to point out. One of the features of our product is what we call a furniture end, or a flush furniture end. All of our cabinet parts are assembled prior to being finished. So whether you have a decorative end, or whether you just have a smooth flush end, you will have a furniture joint where the front frame and the side come together. That is not the case with many competitive brands. There are many cabinet brands that will assemble the parts individual from each other and then assemble them after they are finished. What that does is it eliminates the ability to be able to create a flush finished end. I would also encourage you, as you evaluate brands, to feel the sides of a drawer. Again, all of our drawer boxes are assembled, sanded, and hand detailed prior to being finished. So just like the ends of the cabinet, you will have a good, smooth, flush furniture joint on the dovetail boxes as well. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank you for allowing me to point out some of the differences in our products. We believe it's these items that make us the best value and truly a smart choice for you as you choose your product.